Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today, I am basically going to be ranting about the World Cup. Now, of course, I've decided too much has happened now, and I thought I'd give my take on a lot of this stuff. And no, this isn't about respecting the culture, this is about actual human rights. So I don't care what you believe, just know that the actual laws in Qatar completely infringe on human rights. So let's start off with the migrant workers' deaths, because a lot of migrant workers from like Southeast Asia and stuff work for Qatar, not willingly to my knowledge, and they're not in very good conditions either. So we'll start off with that, and I can confirm that at least 300 to 400 migrant workers died building the stadiums for the World Cup, to my knowledge. So, and that is confirmed by the people in Qatar themselves. They recently confirmed that, so that is, overall in my eyes, pretty horrific. I mean, imagine sitting in one of those stadiums and realizing that someone might have died, like, just a few hundred feet from you. That's pretty horrific to think about. Maybe just a few feet from you, anyway. Moving on, I think everyone knows where I'm going with this. The LGBTQ plus rights in Qatar. People probably, I don't discuss this after my channel, but I'm an open supporter of LGBTQ people. You can think what you want, I don't care. I'm an open supporter of it. I honestly couldn't care less what people choose to like. That's my opinion personally. I couldn't care less. But being gay and all that sort of stuff in Qatar, that's illegal, and you get executed for it, and that's quite shocking in my opinion. And I'll say it, that's an actual violation of human rights. So that is pretty horrific in my opinion. Now there's rumours as well at the moment that FIFA, there was some corruption or bribery involved in the vote. I'm not going to get involved in that because I don't think that's proven. And it's probably quite credible, but honestly I'm not going to get too into that because it's not proven, and I'm not going to get into it because, yeah, basically, in case you haven't realised, I only got up about half an hour ago, and I'm recording this at like 11 o'clock in the morning because I've got nothing better to do, have I? The other thing that was interesting is the climate in Qatar. Now, Qatar won the bid for a summer World Cup. However, as a result of the temperatures, they moved it to a winter World Cup. Now, this has completely interrupted all of the domestic fixtures, which I think is quite ridiculous. You know what I mean? I think it's personally quite ridiculous that they actually had to move it. It's not their fault, Qatar. This is on FIFA. Now, regardless of their LGBTQ plus laws and the migrant worker stuff, I'm gonna say it. I personally think that this is not Qatar's fault. They had those laws before FIFA gave them the World Cup. I'm personally putting this in 100% on FIFA. Now let's dive a little deeper. I'm going to get into a little minor controversy, something which I've sided with, and that is Russia being banned from the World Cup. At the end of the day, originally Russia were going to compete as RAF or RFF or whatever it is nowadays, because they are, as a country, banned from the World Cup due to doping violations. However, they are now banned indefinitely from international football. Why, you may ask? Because of them deciding to invade Ukraine. Now, you can think what you want about whether they should be banned or not. Personally, I don't think it's right to have a country that is invading other countries, committing mass genocide, playing football. And before anyone says it, I don't think all Russians support the war. I will say that. I do not think they all support the war. I think they are all. I think the majority of them don't. But at the same time, you've got to do this. There's a hacker. Um, okay, back to what I was saying. Now, originally, the BBC actually refused to broadcast the opening ceremony of the World Cup due to Qatar's laws on LGBT rights. And honestly, I'm going to say it. I'd have liked to see the opening ceremony, but at the same time, I don't blame Qatar for this. Once again, I would like to say I do not blame Qatar. I personally put all the blame on FIFA because Qatar had these laws beforehand. You can agree or disagree with the laws. I don't agree with them. I think it's a blatant violation of human rights. But in my opinion, the main reason I'm deciding to make a video on this is just because this is bigger than football. Before anyone says, a few people are boycotting the World Cup that I know, people who aren't actually watching it, and that I respect that. But at the same time, I feel they win if I boycott it. I'm still watching the World Cup, but at the same time, like, I can still criticize them. At the end of the day, I totally support you if you're just actually boycotting the World Cup. You know, I support that. But I'm not going to just because at the end of the day, I want to support my team. As everyone knows, here I'm English. So yeah. As well as that, one of the more slightly less controversial things is the alcohol ban. For those that don't know, Qatar is an alcohol-free country. Alcohol is illegal there. They've confirmed that alcohol will be sold in bars and stuff. However, it will not be sold in the stadiums. Now, I don't see this as remotely controversial. Like, it's an alcohol-free country. No alcohol, that doesn't bother me, because I don't drink. I understand y'all love your drink a beer before your football match. But, to be honest with you, I couldn't care less. Now, an interesting thing I'd like to talk about is the censorship of the World Cup in China, because I don't know if y'all can find the photos, because I did see lots, and it is basically proven that there have been no close-up shots of the crowd, because China still has very strict COVID lockdown rules, of which I don't agree with, and there's huge protests going on right now. So yeah, basically, if China is in absolute chaos, that's why, because China's in absolute chaos right now. But as well as that, the one thing I will also say about it is the fact that I also that they are not shooting close up to the crowd, and the reason why is because you still have to wear masks there. Of course, not many people are happy about this, and quite a few people have decided that this, you know, China decided that this is why they're not going to show any close-up shots of fans, so that nobody can see like that they're not wearing masks everywhere. And as well as that, the one final thing I think we need to discuss about the World Cup is the USA and Iran's interesting thing now. I'm going to quickly find an image. Uh, yeah. I'll just quickly find an image. At least I'll try. Apologies about this. There it is. Okay, hold on. I'll just stop the recording here. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I found it. So this is the image. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the image there. That's caused all the controversy. So, Iran, they have removed Iran's Islamic State symbol or whatever it's called. I don't know. And Iran got all triggered about it and said USA should be booted out the World Cup. If I'm honest, I think this is just Iran being salty. And also, I think they just need to get some human rights. But anyway, that's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Come on, England, and I'll see you all soon. See ya.